Yeah, we are. Yeah.
Here we go.
So that was my practice run. Um, I'll just say it again, just for others. My name's Erica, and I'm based in London and Reading, both part of the local organising team and also setting up OSCEdays. Took part doing that last year, and then also with the Board of Stewards this year. When I've had time, I must say it's been difficult to keep up with everything. We've been putting on events here over the last 3 days, and this evening, yeah, there's kind of a talk on tech for good and circular economy's role in London, so that's happening. Anyway, it would be great if we could at first introduce who's here, where you're from. Starting at that end. Yeah.
Okay, so starting from here. Valentina.
I'm Nina.
We are from Consulta Europa, an organization based in Canary Islands. And even though we're based in Brussels, today we have been connected with the rest of the team on the other side, based in Las Palmas. And we have been working on the organization of an event to gather key stakeholders from Gran Canaria Islands and to bring them together and to implement circular economy principles. We're working on the organization of an event that will take place in a few months.
Ah, great. So you're using the opportunity of the OSCEdays to pull people together to start organizing. Yeah.
And to see which are the best ways to actively involve stakeholders, like which incentives to use, if final consumers will be involved as well, and so on.
Ah, great. Have you been using the challenge platform at all? Like online or looking to see what other people, because I think that might be quite interesting to see other countries that are doing similar, or how do you pull stakeholders together as well?
Exactly. So we had, after our discussions, we have been mapping a bit stakeholders from Canary Islands, and then we had some open issues, and for this we were searching for an answer in the platform. We will keep on our search because it's really huge material over there, and we've been thinking to keep on using the platform to connect the stakeholders and to bring them on board as well after the event, to let them know about the platform during the events and bring them on board also.
Great. Yeah, I think it's something also with documentation. Like we've not had time to write it all up yet, so there'll probably be things with London and over the next days that we can connect as well over. We'll probably go through each kind of country first and just get an overview, and then see if we can get some chat in between each other as well. Thanks very much for that, and keep online. Sylvia from Indianapolis has asked to go next. So Sylvia, would you like to explain who you are and what you've been doing there as well?
Yeah, I'm Sylvia. I'm one of the local organizers in Indianapolis and also a member of the global organizing team. I am delighted to see you all and see the flurry of activities that we had this year. One is more fascinating than the other. I'm here with our local reporter, Keenan, and I will let him introduce himself and let you know what we'll be doing today in Indianapolis.
Hello, my name is Keenan Rose. I'm a student and I'm also a member of Kepler Institute. Kepler Institute is the host for today's event for OSCE, and today is also actually the first day of our eSTEAM camp. And so, you know, how we're fitting is that we have a camp where we're already using a 3D printer, and to then be, you know, be able to allow this event to happen like at the same day also as our first camp, and you know, it's all connected. So we even have 3D printer running behind when we have campers. And so let me show you. All right, so if you can see, 3D printer is currently making a door hook, and all of the campers
Hello.
So all the campers are watching. And so my role is at Kepler Institute is I am the Makerspace coordinator, part of so it's a part of Makers Ed, but it allows it's an organization that basically promotes or gives resources to community centers, schools, libraries, etc. For people within those communities where these centers are located to learn more about STEM technology and art. So um, this is basically the first day, and we are delighted to have you all here, and we're delighted to have Sylvia here as well.
Great to be here. How long is it going on for, the camp?
The camp, the camp right now is 3 weeks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it's urban agriculture, and there's also there's two sides. One is like urban agriculture, and then there's also the technology part of it. So urban ag will be like, helping work with aquaponics and working in our urban garden, and technology. They'll be designing video games and also using a 3D printer, and they'll also be using the makerspace, which is my jurisdiction or my responsibility here in this organization.
So have you been introducing kind of elements of open source and circular economy, or kind of over the weekend? Well, the 3 weeks, depending on the projects and things.
That's what we will do today.
Yeah.
So, because of that, at some point shortly, unfortunately, we'll have to leave the hangout because we will start with an introduction to open source circular economy. Then we will talk about 3D printing advantages and disadvantages and pitfalls. We will talk about bio-based materials, which is what we will use today. And during the camp, we also have some experts in 3D printing here from the Indiana University in town. So this will be a very, very exciting event. And we were lucky that the camp starts today, because then for the rest of the 3 weeks, the students who are really young, from 9 to 15, will be able to think thoroughly on what they're going to produce, what materials they use. Is it useful what they're doing, or are they just having fun? And there is nothing wrong with having fun, but we need to be careful in the process not to create more problems than we solve.
Yeah.
So we'll also have a business owner here who does 3D printing and prototyping in general. So he will talk more about the technology itself, how you can make it a successful business, a successful small business, and keep it running for a long time. They've been in business for a few years. So we can also show kids that this can be an excellent job, not only a hobby.
Cool. And in terms of when at the 3 weeks and what they kind of made and achieved and designed and things, will that be able to be shared?
The designs that are being made. Yeah, so actually, two things. So one, we'll be making the designs that the kids come up with, and we also use we'll be using Tinkercad. So there will also be, so Tinkercad allows you to save created projects onto a database for other people to use. So I'm looking at that as also as a possibility to share with other people what the students have come up with.
Yeah, great. And I think there's like quite a lot of people working on around the world the urban agriculture aspect and also the 3D printing. So yeah, they could also have a look at the forum as a kind of a resource to see if there's anything interesting that they can connect with that way.
Absolutely, yeah. We'll make sure that they do. We've already started a conversation on 3D printing, and we're happy to see already answers to our questions, and the kids, I'll show them how the forum works, and they will get engaged during the camp and afterwards.
Brilliant, really nice.
With that, I'm really sorry, but we have to go. Good luck to
Get going, yeah, get working.
Bye.
Okay, bye, good luck.
Bye.
See you soon. Who'd like to introduce next?
I think I would.
Yeah, go for it.
So I'm Sasha from Hamburg. And it's really funny because with the call, our event just started here. And so if you can want to have a look, there's a lot of presentations wandering around.
Where are you?
I'm in at Stielbruch. Stielbruch is kind of a company or a subsidiary from the Stadtreinigung Hamburg. And they build out of, or they restore old furniture that has come from bulky waste or something from private deliverers, and then they restore it. And it's all, recycled maybe, or reused for better.
Brilliant.
And so, our event just is all about the cooperation with the Hafen City University of Hamburg. The students prepared new approaches about some products that could be recycled or some materials. Like here in front of me, there's a poster how to recycle human hair, for example, or what you can do with human hair. Yeah.
From hairdressers, like.
Yeah, for sure. They can get a huge amount out of that. Other topics are mattress cycle, also how to recycle mattresses, Tetra Pak, and the circular economy. What can you do with that? And the main topic for all of that is the circular economy. So that's a direct link to these OSCEdays, maybe.
Yeah. And what about yourself? How did you get involved with organizing it?
I'm from the Technical University of Hamburg. I'm a PhD student at the Institute of Environmental Technologies and Energy Economics. In the lead of Professor Kuchta, we are in the waste resources management. And doing a bunch of things like recycling rare earth metals out of every WE product, doing some energy savings with biogas, with algae. There are some new very interesting approaches about these topics. I'm kind of fresh about that. I'm 4 months in the institute now. Just made my master thesis in industrial engineering last year in October, I think. And so I'm really happy that you're having me here.
And how long is the event going on today behind you? Is it mainly talks, or are you going to be doing workshops, or?
The event is it's okay. Professor Kuchta is leading the guys through the posters and listen to the presentations. It's just for the coming 2 to 3 hours maybe. So we have 13 posters, 13 new approaches. Of how can you recycle some new products on an innovative way, and after that we come to a discussion and talk to each other, and then it will be over.
Is there with the products and the ideas for recycling, is there a link or somewhere that they're going to be able to be shared?
Not yet.
From the university, or
not yet. I will ask the students before I can share it, but if they all agree, then I try to put it on the page somewhere on the OSCE page.
Yeah, or even once, on the if they get put up on the university kind of.
Yeah, for sure. Why not?
There's a link to it or something, because they sound really interesting ones. I think with each different material
are crazy
needs a topic on itself.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you'd like to Stielbruch, it's it exists like 15 years. It's all based on itself.
Yeah.
It's very, very nice place. A good recommendation. And thanks to them on this point of because they made such kind of internet connection so that this year is possible for all. So yeah. Yeah.
Internet connection is vital generally.
Yeah, perfect. Glad.
At least today. It's good. Cool. Is there anything else?
Just that I guess in about 10 minutes I just leave maybe and just joining the presentations, but just to let you know.
Okay, cool. So have we been through everyone? Is Sam, does it work? Hello? No, I think Sam's on the call also, who's part of the kind of the global in Berlin team. I don't think his microphone's working, so I'll see him. So we've been through those online here. Is there anyone who's got any questions that they'd like to ask across the people here, either about the activities that they're going, or ideas they might have, or in general about the OSCEdays, what they've seen happening over the weekend? Anything?
I'm just wondering how the amount of people, how many do you can you achieve with such kind of days? Because I just saw some channels before, and there were just 3 visitors or 4. Is there any possibility to spread it all over the world even further than we already do?
You mean the kind of the Google Hangouts or the activities? I suppose. Sorry.
So they are online from now on, but how to spread them furthermore, maybe?
Yeah. So I mean, the Hangouts are being recorded and they're on YouTube, so they're all live. But then also they'll be still be there. I think in terms of just everything that's gone on in the past 4 days and the run up, I think it will be really interesting to see how we can almost find out more information about it or review it. I think like there's a lot of we've got a small questionnaire type thing to fill in for people to feed back how many people were at their event, what the main topics were, some of the experience and things like that, to get a feel, because there's events in say Berlin with 250 people, so maybe actually maybe a smaller group of people just working on a project together of 3 or 4 in some of the different countries, but actually they're all great, and each one actually creates knowledge and documentation and moves the open source circular economy further as well. But yeah, it'll be quite a big task over the coming months or weeks afterwards to really see what's going on. And I think it will be also about taking out case studies or examples that can then be converted into like a blog or a news thing and then linked back to these types of activities as well. And also all the local organizations and countries kind of feeding back if they've got write-ups or press or kind of things that then we can help to share around as well.
Yeah, perfect.
There's a question on the side from Sam. So can people tell us what their experience with circular economy and open source was before the event, and if their idea has kind of changed a bit? Perhaps Valentina? Would you like to think? Your experience with kind of circular economy areas or open source before leading up into the event, and if you've kind of learnt more now or feel that you could still find out more. Oh, I think your microphone.
Okay, so our organization is started since we are based in the context of an island. We are based in Gran Canaria. Our organization started exploring the possibilities of implementing circular economy principles, but specifically in terms of business models and of enhanced relations among organizations in Canary Islands. Therefore, our previous experience for us with the OSCEdays, it's kind of a taste of the platform. We've been engaging with it in the last 2 weeks, but still we are at the first step. We would like to further capitalize on this platform by involving more people, more organizations from Canary Islands. So this is with respect to the previous experience, where we are active in European projects, and we just started one about urban waste management in touristic cities. So there are some involved from Tenerife, the island just beside. But yeah, we were really curious about this open source model, and we would like to enhance synergies with the platform and so on. But mainly on the we are not really taking care of the technological side. We are more on the socio-economical side. So how to enhance collaborations among organizations, how to pass through a linear value chain to a value net of people exchanging not just inputs and outputs, but also ideas in this sense. I think it's maybe from my colleagues from Las Palmas want to add something. I don't know if Alessia or Claudia is still there, because yeah, today it was kind of brainstorming with the team of our organizations to see what to do next, basically. So, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, so Claudia is not here anymore. But yeah, I think everything you said is everything is good.
What do you?
We don't need to add it, I think, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you see as almost the key challenges in Las Palmas or Tenerife? Is it to do with the tourism there? Is it to do an island? Or,
yeah. For Canary Island, the tourism is a very key factor. Yeah, is of course one of the
Yeah, maybe one other issue is that it is very a really mountainous region, and that it's complicated even more the supply chain and all the transport issues. So maybe that's something to explore or to involve in the understanding of what is happening.
And also the fact that tourism is mainly based on services provision. Services has a big potential of innovation. So for new kind of I don't know, for collaborative economy and so on, maybe if the economy of Gran Canaria being based on services can try new solutions, can try to pilot new kind of business models and so on, and see and try to be kind of a pilot. But besides tourism, we also individuated other sectors that might be interesting in involving in the next events, because there could be interesting synergies. For example, the sector of aquaculture is pretty active in Canary Islands, and in which inputs and outputs sometimes could enter in the productive cycle of other, for example, farmers in some cases, or it really depends. We want to get closer to those stakeholders, ask them what is your biggest burden and so on, and imagine solutions for them.
With things like waste or recycling, or those kind of end-of-life resources and things, what happens actually to the waste in the Canary Islands? Is it done there, or is it shipped somewhere else? Do you have like large big recycling things there?
We found out that it is managed by a Spanish organization. But and there are other there is a part that is recycled on the spot, but still we have to deepen our research on this and see, because a part is also sent to the so we should we found some interesting organizations that are in charge of the recycling in the island, and we want to talk with them and see the flow of waste, how it is going. And
I was going to say, because that's sometimes a difficult area to find more like open data or things, like it's often kind of hidden, or you have to dig deep as well to just even understand the situation at the beginning. I think another interesting area might be what types of manufacturers are still there on the island locally. and what their waste streams are as well, and how to find out more about that, or if there are kind of open source business models in the area. Or
yeah, because our first step is to understand who is doing what, and then we will start getting in touch with them and see the flow in which direction is going, and if there are better direction actually to create a closed loop above all in islands, because it's more urgent than in other places. The benefits could be much more bigger than in other places, in other continent places, because of course there are no infinite reserves of to pollute or even to extract. Therefore, benefits are more striking.
Yeah, that's great. We've had somebody else join us. Is it Antoine?
Hey.
Hey.
I'm sorry, I'm only here for 5 minutes because I have a meeting starting. I just wanted to tell you that the OSCEdays in Paris went really well. So we were like in a rather popular district of Paris, and we decided to make the open source around the notion of like easy skills to be transmitted that anybody could use, even waste speakers. So we invited some genius who like take fire extinguisher and then build them together and then like melt aluminium, and like he made a wind turbine blade with sands and extinctors. So we had not much people, but on just 2 days we had 60 people to make compost. We had like water heating solar system.
Yep.
And I have to take it up because like my Wi-Fi connection is going to end, but I'm going to write a whole report with videos about everything we've done, and I can't wait to read the report of the CDs, but it worked kind of well here. Thank you for the global organization, and can't wait for next year because a lot of people wanted to participate but couldn't. So see you soon.
Yeah, thanks, Antoine. We'll keep a watch on what you've been doing on Twitter as well as you go.
Yes.
It's been really great. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi. Unfortunately, I have to leave as well.
Okay.
But thank you for having me, and thank you for hosting the call and all. Yeah, and go on enjoying the OSCEdays. Really, thank you.
You too, and best of luck for the next.
Sorry.
Best of luck for the rest of the day.
Perfect. Thank you. Same to you. Bye bye.
And just a reminder to document all your experiences and results and things.
Of course, I will.
I will
definitely do that.
I need to do that as well.
We all do.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. And the students left. It's just us now for a nice conversation.
Yes. Please.
Are you still in your meeting then? You're planning the event? Oh.
We have been working this morning since 11, so now I think we will draw up our conclusions and decide on the next steps in terms of timeline. Because indeed we wanted to ask which one is the next location to connect with all the online community, because we've been told that in July there is another occasion, and also in September during probably an event that will take place in Berlin. But we would like to know if there is any window available in October, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think what we definitely want, what the forum and the OSCEdays can be used for, is not just like one big event every year, but actually as an ongoing resource and tool that people can use or set up events around. I think, it needs, after these days, there'll probably be a point of finding out what different events and activities are coming up that perhaps could do with like more of a boost again and get a group around. But I mean, if it is that there's a particular a particular time or a particular need or question that you have, or something that you want a bit more to profile, then I would say you can use the forum to get in touch, or even the website. We have a blog page. So it might be that you want to start a discussion about convening cities or local areas or things like that around open source and the circular economy, or elements of that we can go for. In London, we were just looking at yesterday, we have a new mayor. And it was about, so we have a new mayor, what would we like to tell him about policies or different areas of London that you could build the circular economy into, and also elements of open source. So we kind of thought, well, in 2036, like, what would we like to see, and then what would we get there as well? And so then we're looking at, well, putting an open letter online that then people can feed into, and seeing what other cities have done or other policies around that as well.
Okay, that's very interesting.
There's quite a lot of work around more like circular cities. I've not seen like circular islands, but there could be some really interesting areas coming up around that.
Yeah, we would like to further explore this challenge in highlands, basically, because it's we think it might be interesting as pilots, therefore we will use the platform for sure to create to see if there is already some material about this, and keep on building on that.
Yeah. And something that we were doing as well, and I think they did in Berlin a bit last year, was this kind of open mapping. So really almost doing an active initiative to go out into the city and talk to people or places, or looking at a map and mapping what are the types of organizations or businesses or initiatives that could be or are related to the circular economy. And then we want to put that online. So from repair places to places that are maybe using waste or recycling materials, to ones that are recycling, and then you've got those different layers, a bit like you're saying, well, who are the stakeholders and how do they possibly come together? So that's a nice approach that a few cities or countries have been looking at.
Yeah. And do you already have the map? Is the map in phase of construction?
It's a paper map, first of all. It's not online yet, but we were looking at using, there's a OpenStreetMap where you can kind of log in and add like bits onto a map. So it's a bit like Google Maps, but an open version. And then there's something called UMap that you can put like layers and like little icons to show parts as well, and actually engage other people can do it. So you would create it, and then other people could add as well. But I'll be writing that up over the next week or so.
Thank you very much for this further input.
Yeah, I think, and I can send a link afterwards when I find it. There is something called Map Jam.
Okay.
Hang on. I'll put the link in the side here.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Okay, super interesting. You see? Thank you.
You can map the whole island.
Yeah. Even
and engage tourists to do it when they're there.
Sightseeing plus mapping.
That's what you want to do on holiday. Yeah. They need a map anyway. Yeah.
That's a good idea. Okay. So from our side, I think it's everything. Do we want to add something?
Have to get back to work.
Yeah, we will summarize that.
Yeah.
Just one question: have you managed to look to see what's going on over the Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Did you see any?
Some of the videos, yeah, some of the videos that went on at 1 a.m. and p.m.
Yeah.
And really interesting. So the connections worldwide, it's incredible. I heard from Singapore and so on, and it's really interesting that everybody's getting engaged at the same time and with such a big enthusiasm, basically.
Yeah. Another thing that's really nice and that I've been looking at is the Twitter, the OSCEdays Twitter feed, and the hashtag as well, because quite a lot of people are almost documenting. That's almost like a basic documentation way to share what you're doing as you're going along, and then you can see some of the in progress activities around the world.
We will keep on using that once we're building the map slowly.
Yeah. We did a bit of that the other day. But,
Okay. So
cool.
From our side is everything. If maybe for us it's better to go now, but let's keep on building on the platform.
Yeah, brilliant. And then once I've kind of written up stuff and got some more information and things, I can share stuff.
Okay.
As well.
Okay.
All right.
So thank you very much for the opportunity and for sharing.
Yeah, same to you. Really great to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.